Hey party people, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Bean.
And we're Kelly Beans Bees. We're first-time beekeepers here in Central Virginia, and today we are in another different location.
We're in our kitchen.
Yes, so today we're actually going to do a honey test. So these honeys are not from our hives, but they're from around. So we're going to show you some differences in honey. We're going to test them for you, and go from there.
Yep. So really, this video is all about kind of explaining that honey can be a lot of different things. So you might be thinking about honey and you'll think about something like this. It's in a liquid form. It looks like this light amber color.
You might buy it in the bear.
Right. So this is, a lot of people will call it wildflower honey because a lot of times wildflower honey, you just call the honey that if you don't know what the bees are foraging on. If you just set bees out in a forest somewhere, in a field or whatever, you don't know what they're going to, so it's wildflower honey. Clover honey.
How many? Do you remember how many acres it has to be to actually call it a specific?
I don't know if there's a specific acreage, but yes. So Kelly's saying with our next honey, this is Rasp flower blossom honey. So you can see it's a different color, and once we actually go into this, it's a lot thicker. So they can call it this because obviously the bees have gone to one source of nectar to get this honey. And a lot of times people will do pollination or something like that, and the honey that comes from just these acres and acres and acres of crops will be a specific type of honey, so they can call it something like this.
Yeah.
And then we also have here creamed honey. So creamed honey is not like either of those. It's not determined by what the bees forage off of, what they get nectar from. It's actually
the after process.
Right. It's a processing step. So you may have this type of honey sitting in your pantry, and it's been there for a while. And you might go up to it and go to pour some out, and it doesn't move.
It's crystally.
Yes. Your honey has crystallized. And that's a completely natural thing. There's always, unless you super filter honey, little bits in there, and depending on the amounts of different types of sugars in the honey, it's going to either crystallize quickly or potentially not at all, but that's a whole nother video. But if you work with the crystallization process, you can make this product called creamed honey. So we're going to cut into the creamed honey today and the rasp flower honey today, and put them on a bagel and eat them and just kind of show you consistencies, what they look like, that sort of stuff.
And how we feel about it.
Yep.
All right.
So which one do you want to start with?
I don't know. I feel like this one maybe.
Okay, so Kelly has picked the creamed honey.
So this is from the Monastery Creamed Honey in Berryville. So that's kind of local to here. And this is the blueberry flavor. So first impressions, it literally looks like a hunk. It almost looks like a beeswax candle that's just sitting in the jar.
Kind of.
It's real hot, like real hard.
The idea with this is that, you know, it's more solid than what you normally would have. So I think you can spread it a little bit easier. And if you put it, and if you put it on like a hot bagel, like hopefully we have here, we may have to reheat this bagel, but we'll see.
I think
it'll kind of liquefy a little bit more and will be pretty tasty for eating.
All right.
So Kelly is honeying our bagels.
It does come out. It does come out a little chunky. It
smells very nice.
Hard, but it does spread. Like I almost feel like it's, I mean, not quite peanut butter texture, but close to it.
Yep. So if you can see, Kelly's spread the honey right onto here.
Mine looks a little better.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, Kelly's is a little bit better than mine. I'm going to actually get a little bit more on mine before
it doesn't smell like blueberries, though. Like it says it's the blueberry kind. I'm not sure about that. Okay, buddy.
I went big. If I'm tasting this,
a fourth of the container is on his bagel
half.
His bagel quarter. Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
I believe so.
Okay, if we don't like this.
Yeah, we're going to see.
I'm going to spit it out.
3, 2, 5. I don't know.
Oh.
That's very blueberry.
Yeah, it is. I really like it.
I did too.
It's really weird.
It almost reminds me of like a blueberry syrup. Probably because it's a blueberry flavor and it's so sweet.
But it's so weird because when you smell it, it literally does not taste anything like it smells. Like it literally just smells like some honey, like, you know, like waxy kind of smell. And then you eat it and it's literally like blueberry, like.
Yeah. It's very good though.
I'm a fan.
I am too.
We probably shouldn't talk with our mouths open, but
That's how good it is, though. We just have to tell them as we're eating. So, this is actually the first time either of us have had creamed honey. We've heard about it before. And I've said if we do get honey, at some point I might want to try making some because I think it's a cool product.
yeah.
But I'm very surprised and happy, pleasantly surprised.
So
at how good it was.
if you wanna check it out, if you live around where we do, Darnell's Garden Patch is where I picked this up. And yeah, they had different flavors. I think like 4 different flavors. Yep. But blueberry sounded the most enticing to me. So,
yep.
Very good. I'm a fan.
So, let's try this Rasp Flower Blossom honey. So, this is actually from Germany. We picked this up at the World Market that's local. We hadn't been there in a very long time, and we went in there, and we were a little overwhelmed with all the things that we wanted to buy.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Yeah, Kelly and I kind of like to branch out and try new things, so in a place like that, there's a lot of new things. So,
okay, so first impression of me, well, I didn't smell it, but like just from putting the knife in there, it's definitely feels like crystally, like it feels like sugar. You know when you make sweet tea and the bottom part is like sugar?
Sure.
You've made sweet tea. Okay, it's kind of like that, almost.
So, I will show you. So, you know, we were talking about, this is the normal honey you might think of, very liquidy. This is honey straight out of the hive, probably. Just the bees went and got nectar.
What do they do at, what's it called when they flip them?
They flip it over.
Yeah.
So, this is just honey. There's nothing that's been done to it. But because of the nectar that was pulled in, this is what it became. So
it's thick.
Another thing we can talk about is the color of the honey. You can have a lot of different colors of honey. So, as we said, you've got this light amber color. You've got this very light yellow color. You can get a very dark color or even lighter than this.
What is this color?
It just depends completely on what the nectar is that the bees are working on. So, you know, when you think of honey, don't just think of the one. There's a whole variety out there.
Other options.
Yep.
We'd love to hear your favorite, type
let
of
us
honey
know if you've tried some different honeys.
Brand of honey.
Mm-hmm.
We're open to testing others.
Yeah.
Okay. So this, smoothed out some.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
This one seems a little bit more liquidy than the creamed honey, which makes sense because the creamed honey has been crystallized to get it to that state.
All right.
Are we ready to try it?
Uh-huh. I don't like this one.
I think this one tastes a lot like what you would think honey kind of would taste like.
It's like too much,
But it's got some other notes to it.
It's like too much.
Was it too much?
Yeah.
How so?
I feel like it just tastes like sugar crystals. It's just too sweet for me, I think.
Too sweet? Okay.
I think it would be okay if you put it in a cup of hot tea when you're sick or something.
Maybe.
I feel like that it would be good for that, but to just sit and eat this,
I'm pretty happy with it. To me, it doesn't taste like I'm eating sugar crystals. Yes, it's quite sweet, but I can, taste the little subtle flavors that there are in the honey itself.
Flavors of what?
Just the nectar. I'm going to eat your last piece because
go
ahead. Eat it.
Okay, so out of the two, I definitely recommend that one. I'm interested to see if we tried just regular creamed honey, what kind of flavor that would be, where it would fall in the honey tasting.
That could be a good video.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see that, let us know.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for learning about the different types of honey. Hopefully you tell us your favorites so we can try them out too.
Yep.
And we will see you guys back here soon. So, bees out.